Coming up on NBA TV Daily, you can't keep a good man down. Tim Duncan got a surprise start in San Antonio against the Nets. The Wizards had to operate a bit shorthanded as they went to work in the Big Apple. In Cleveland, the Cavaliers tried to end their slide against the Magic, who played a man short. And it was a Western Conference showdown in Seattle as the Sonics tag team met up with the Rockets dynamic duo. All that and more coming up next.
Steps back from 20. Yes! And this place is on its feet.
Welcome to NBA TV Daily. I'm Bruce Beck. There were 10 games on Tuesday night's NBA schedule. We begin in San Antonio, where the Spurs were expected to be a bit undermanned. It turned out that their big man in the middle was able to tough it out. After spraining his right ankle on Sunday, Tim Duncan took the floor against the Nets last night at the SBC Center. This was the first stop on a 4-game road trip for New Jersey, and quite a tough stop, you'd have to say. The Spurs own the NBA's best home record with a mind-boggling mark of 27-2. So we're off to San Antonio, and Mr. Duncan, the super center with super recuperative powers, was ready to go. Tony Parker with the steal takes it all the way for the layup and the foul. End of one. 24-12 Spurs. Bruce Bowen passes inside to Duncan, who muscles it up and in. Spurs up 37-20. Tony Parker drives, kicks it out to Devin Brown in the corner. He bangs home the three ball. Halftime Spurs 47-28. Jason Kidd to Jacques Vaughn. Gets it back. Kidd for three. He had 14 points and 9 assists. Cuts the lead to 9. Jacques Vaughn to Rodney Buford for the long jumper. Capping a 16-2 Nets run. Suddenly it's 60-54. Vince Carter has his pass stolen by Manu Ginobili, who goes coast to coast for the layup. End of three. Spurs on top, 68-58. Tim Duncan pulls up, buries the jumper over Nenad Krstić, plus the foul. Duncan with 19 points, 8 rebounds. Krstić frustrated, and for good reason. Brent Barry, the long pass to Devin Brown for the one-handed jam. San Antonio wins it 90-74. Devin Brown at a game-high 22 points for the Spurs, who have not lost a home game to an Eastern Conference team this entire season. After 18 consecutive games scoring at least 20 points, Vince Carter finished with just 13 points. He was 0 for 4 from downtown.
Overall, played a good, aggressive, defensive, and rebounding game. It was great to see Devin Brown, play the way he played quite consistently last season, and if we can get him back to that level, that really helps us.
Duncan and the Spurs are back at it tonight right here on NBA TV. They're in Phoenix to face the Suns at 9 p.m. Eastern. What a ball game as the two top teams in the league square off at America West Arena. And as a bonus, the game is available in high definition. The Wizards, losers of 6 of their last 9 in New York, to face the Knicks, winners of 4 out of 5. And at Madison Square Garden, it was strange to see this man on the bench. Antoine Jamison with a sore knee missed his first game at 386. But what about that play? Out of this world. A tremendous individual play by Jamal Crawford. On the other end, Gilbert Arenas finds Larry Hughes. Saved 2 points, folks. Knicks up 34-31. Crawford to Penny Hardaway, who knocks down the triple to end the half. Knicks up 48-40. Steve Blake hands off to Gilbert Arenas, who drains the 3. Wizards up 2. Blake to Arenas for another 3, capping a 13-0 run to start the half. Wizards up 5. Stephon Marbury gets the Knicks back in it, drives, kicks it to Crawford for a 3 ball. Knicks up 8 at the end of 3. And then Crawford to Kurt Thomas, who knocks down the jumper. Knicks up 75-63. Thomas to Jamal Crawford, who buries the corner triple. The Knicks are hot, 93-83. So New York wins at home for the 7th straight time. They improved to 5-1 since the trade deadline. The Knicks also moved to within 8 games of the 500 mark and passed the Nets for 3rd in the Atlantic Division. Here's Jamal Crawford after the game.
We won 5 out of 6, 7 in a row at home. It feels good. We'll get some good practice in and continue to work hard. We put ourselves in a situation where, we have to see what everybody else does. We saw that New Jersey was losing tonight and Philly lost, so we gained another game on them.
With the Knicks having such a long and storied past, we invite you to log on to NBA.com and cast your vote for your favorite Knicks game of all time. You can choose from these 5 worthy candidates. Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals against the Lakers, in which Willis Reed proved to be an inspirational leader for the Knicks, playing despite a serious knee injury. Game 5 of a 1984 first-round series against the Pistons that featured the scoring duel between Bernard King and current Knicks president Isaiah Thomas. There's a 1990 Game 5 matchup against the Celtics, a 1999 Game 5 meeting with the Heat, and a Game 3 contest from a 1999 series against the Indiana Pacers, a la Larry Johnson. Voting ends on Thursday night. The game that has the most votes will be shown on NBA TV this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Hawks taking on the Bucks. Michael Redd greeting some of the Hawks before the ball game. Atlanta trying to snap an 11-game losing streak. Tyronn Lue pushes it up the floor, blows past Mo Williams for the lay-in. He had 27. Hawks up 51-45 at the half. Third quarter, Desmond Mason steps back, drills the pull-up jumper. He had 12 points in the quarter. We're tied at 64. Bucks in transition. Michael Redd takes it inside for the layup. Have to respect his outside shooting, so this time Redd goes by the defender and puts it in. End of 3, Bucks up 5. Tyronn Lue, the lob pass to Al Harrington. More backboard. What is going on in this night? Mo Williams penetrates inside for the layup. Puts it in nicely off the glass. 22 and 10 for Mo. An assist, that is. And then Williams swings it over to Joe Smith, who calmly hits the jumper. The Bucks win at 105-101. The Hawks, a 12-game losing streak. That's 22 straight on the road that they have lost. Tyronn Lue, 27 points. That's a season high for the Hawks, but it wasn't enough. Atlanta continues to struggle. Mo Williams, 9 of 13 for the field. He matched the career high with 22 points. Still to come on NBA TV Daily, the Magic are without Grant Hill. Will the Cavaliers be able to take advantage and put an end to their own 6-game losing streak? Plus, the Sixers are looking to make some strides in the Eastern Conference. How would AI, C-Webb, and the rest of the boys from Philly handle the Warriors? Find out after this. Welcome back to NBA TV Daily. After playing just 47 games in his first 3 years in Orlando, this season Grant Hill has been, for the most part, healthy. He's played 56 games and is averaging a shade over 19 points per outing. He's definitely the leading candidate for the Comeback Player of the Year award. But last night, Hill was forced to sit it out with a bruised left shin, and he's expected to miss tonight's game in Toronto as well. So on Tuesday, Grant's teammates took on the Cavaliers at Gund Arena. Cleveland has had its share of problems of late. LeBron James and company were losers of 6 in a row heading into last night's matchup with Orlando. Could the Cavaliers right the ship? New Cavs owner Dan Gilbert on hand, and minority owner Usher also sitting courtside. LeBron James used the screen to hit the pull-up 3, impressing the owners along the way. On the break, LeBron finds Zydrunas Ilgauskas cutting in for the lay-in. Z had 6 blocks and 18 points. Jameer Nelson outlets to Stevie Francis. Nice move across the lane for the layup. So good it deserves another look. Stevie, a little acrobatic play. Halftime Cavs up 53-49, and during the half, Nate Thurman and the Cavaliers from 75-76 that won the Central Division Championship were honored in a nice way. Cavaliers responded because they pulled away in the third. Jeff McGinnis makes the steal and throws the backwards lob to LeBron for the big finish. He had 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. High fives from Usher on the side, and the 3 Cavs by 17. Jeff McGinnis to Drew Gooden, who was sensational. 10 of 13 from the field, 23 points in the game. Cavs win at 111-92. So Cleveland's season-high 6-game losing streak is over, thanks in part to LeBron James, who scored 19 of his 23 in the first half. Magic forward Doug Christie will likely undergo surgery to remove bone spurs from his left ankle. Here's head coach Paul Silas of the Cavs.
Well, this was a perfect game tonight, to get us out of our funk. And I just like the way we approached the game, mentally and physically. It's good to have a full squad back. You don't know how much you miss a player until he comes back and gives production. But I thought we executed very well offensively. Defensively, we played excellent, especially second half when we went zone, and they had no answers.
Warriors and Sixers, city of brotherly love. Allen Iverson and Chris Webber trying to get the Sixers going for the playoff stretch run. Iverson pushes it up court and pulls up for the jumper. AI had 33, end of one. Warriors still up 24-23. Michael Petras gets the steal, goes behind the back to Mike Dunleavy for the layup. Warriors up at the break, 53-50. At halftime, the Sixers honor the Syracuse Nationals, Dolph Schayes and Earl Lloyd in a nice ceremony. Third quarter, Warriors pull away. Jason Richardson steals the Iverson pass, takes it in for the layup. Richardson, 22 points, 7 assists. Iverson's next pass deflected, and Jason Richardson takes it in for the dunk. Iverson had a franchise-high 12 turnovers. Michael Petras misses. Troy Murphy jumps between three Sixers to get the rebound and put it in. It was that kind of night for Philly. Mike Dunleavy misses, but Michael Petras tips in the follow. It was all Warriors, 104-85. Jay Rich led Golden State to just their 8th road win of the season, but their 2nd in a row. Chris Webber finished with just 8 points on 3 of 12 shooting in 30 minutes. Philadelphia turned the ball over 25 times. Pacers taking on the Jazz. Reggie Miller doing a little auditioning for the Globetrotters, dribbling before the ball game. He could audition for NBA MVP the way he played this game. Eddie Gill to Reggie, who drains the corner three. Pacers opened up with a 13-0 run. Steven Jackson posting up. Howard Isley hits the jumper and the foul. Indiana up 55-42 at the break. Reggie feeds Steven Jackson, who drives inside for the layup. End of three, Pacers by 5. Raja Bell to Matt Harpring, who hits the wing three. 77-76. Indiana's lead is sliced to 1, and then Harpring takes the Keith McLeod feed and knocks down the jumper. He had 18, and suddenly Utah up by 1. Anthony Johnson uses the Steven Jackson screen, hits the pull-up jumper. Pacers repelling the challenge. Johnson at 13 points and 9 assists. And then Reggie Miller steps back, and the old pro throws the jumper over Raja Bell. The Pacers survive 89-83. Steven Jackson led the way for the Pacers, who scored the first 13 points of the ball game. Reggie finished with 24 in his final game in Utah. Utah shot 27 of 73 from the floor. That is not good, en route to their 3rd straight loss. Here's a look at how things are shaping up at the bottom of the Eastern Conference playoff picture. The Sixers struggling right now. They're in a game and a half back. The Knicks are charging. The Nets are going the other way. The Bucks and the Raptors are still somewhat in the hunt. More to come on NBA TV Daily. The Rockets and Sonics got together in the Pacific Northwest, and there was high drama at Arco as the Kings and Grizzlies went down to the wire. Plus, at Staples Center, neither team had to travel very far for this one. Kobe and the Lakers look to do a number on their housemates, the Clippers. We'll have the LA story for you next. At Key Arena last night, the Sonics played host to the Rockets. The last time these two teams met, Seattle snapped Houston's season-high 8-game winning streak with a 2-point victory at the Toyota Center on February 22nd. Ray Allen and company came into this game 4.5 games behind the Spurs for the top spot in the Western Conference. As for the Rockets, they began Tuesday night in 6th place out west, but just 3.5 games ahead of the 9th place Nuggets. To Seattle for the highlights of the game seen right here on NBA TV, and Mike James pulls up for Houston and hits the 3-point bucket. Seattle's lead cut to 3. They had led by double figures early. Jawan Howard to Yao Ming for the easy layup and the lead. Houston by 1 in the 3rd. Tracy McGrady, the long jumper over Vladimir Radmanovic. Houston outscored Seattle 22-6 in the 3rd, and then McGrady doing some more work driving to the bucket, putting Houston up 78-71 in the fourth. Juwan Howard drops the pass to Yao Ming for the turnaround hook. Yao at 22. Radmanovic finds Rashard Lewis, who trains the corner three-pointer to tie the game at 88. Lewis had 26. He was on fire from all over the court. On the move, Tracy McGrady to keep playing the game. Gets the inbounds feed, goes in, gets fouled, and somehow gets this ball to go in. T-Mac 35 points, 8 rebounds. Time winding down. Rashard Lewis, a chance to tie, but he misses the three. Mike James would put the game out of reach from the foul line. McGrady and James celebrating for good reason. The Rockets get the W, 97-95. The Rockets outscored the Sonics by 16 in the third. The 6 points in that period set franchise records for both clubs. It was 22-6 in that quarter. Yao Ming scored 16 of his 22 in the second half. Houston improves to 16-2 when T-Mac scores at least 30. Grizzlies take it on the Kings. Pau Gasol sitting this one out with plantar fasciitis in his left foot. This game went down to the fourth quarter. James Posey takes the pass, drives inside for the tough runner. Sacramento's lead 74-72. Mike Bibby shakes Earl Watson, drains the three-point field goal. Kings go up by 9. They look like they're in control in the fourth. But back come the Grizzlies. Earl Watson close by Mike Bibby for the open layup to tie the game at 82. Now 1.4 seconds left. Peja Stojakovic inbounds it to Mike Bibby, who goes glass and buries the deep three as time expires for the win. But referee Greg Willard reviews the game-winning shot by Mike Bibby. On the replay, you can clearly see that James Posey tips the inbounds pass, so the clock should have started on the tip instead of the catch. The referee explains.
The shot is taken at 0.6 of a second. The time span between when it's tipped and when it's caught would not make any difference. Therefore, wait a second, listen to me. We cannot rule on whether or not the clock started. What we're ruling on is whether or not the ball was taken, the shot was taken before the clock expired.
Great call by referee Greg Willard. They can rule whether the shot went through the hoop in time. They can put time back on the clock, but they can't take time off the clock. Bibby's shot stands. Sacramento's victory stands, 85-82. Bibby 4 for 4 from the field in the fourth quarter. The rest of the Kings were 0 for 9. The loss snaps the Grizzlies' 4-game winning streak. A tale of one city last night in Los Angeles. The Lakers going for their third straight win, taking on the Clippers. Kobe Bryant getting ready, coming off a 37-point performance against Indiana on Sunday. Kobe pump fakes, buries the baseline jumper over 2 defenders. He had 25 in the first half. Lakers up 52-44 at the break, but in the third, Clippers take over. Chris Kaman to Elton Brand for the turnaround jumper. Brand at 22 and 15. Corey Maggette steals the ball from Chris Mim, takes it all the way for the easy slam, part of a 16-0 Clippers run. Maggette had 30 points and 7 assists. Maggette to Chris Kaman, who spins in the lane for the layup. End of 3. Clippers on top by 7. Kobe still trying to do it himself. What a finger roll. He had 41 in the ball game. Clippers lead sliced to 96-95. Elton Brand goes to the basket, has it blocked, but a foul is called. Lamar Odom takes the ball, throws it away. He's upset. He would be ejected. He's heading to the locker room, Mr. Odom. Corey Maggette, meanwhile, to a cutting Bobby Simmons for the layup. The Clippers prevail, 110-101. Maggette was 9 of 11 from the field, 12 of 13 from the foul line. Elton Brand had 22 points and 15 boards. The Clippers shot 52% from the field. Kobe, by the way, 16 of 16 from the foul line. Bobcats taking on the Wolves. KG trying to get things going for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Looking to go over 500 for the first time in over a month. Primo Prezic lays it in plus the foul. He had a good game with 20. Jason Hart to Theron Smith. Gets it over to Keith Bogans for the three-pointer. It was 53-42 Charlotte. But in the third quarter, KG and the Wolves took control of the game. Off the Troy Hudson miss. Garnett, the board, and the finish. Ben Garnett on the block. Watch the turnaround jumper. Got it! Minnesota in front 62-61. Garnett again gets the ball down low. Slams it home, plus the foul. It deserves another look. KG at 16 in the period. Minnesota went up 73-67. The Wolves work the ball inside to Garnett for the easy slam. He had 30 points and 15 boards. Latrell Sprewell says, I'll help a little bit, KG. Squares up, hits the jumper. He had 21. 102-97 the final. T-Wolves get the victory thanks to 22 second-half points from KG. The Wolves avoided being swept by the expansion Bobcats. Minnesota outscored Charlotte 31-14 in the third quarter and overcame an 11-point halftime deficit. As for the race for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference, Nuggets are in the driver's seat. Lakers are still chopping at the bit. T-Wolves are right there. Timberwolves is the proper way to say it. Clippers are still somewhat in the hunt, and the Trailblazers and Jazz are fading fast. Stick around. Our daily top 10 is coming up next.
Trouble and McGinnis ripped him. Jeff McGinnis, LeBron James with takeoff and touchdown in downtown Cleveland.
There are 6 games in tonight's NBA schedule. Again, a reminder this evening in Phoenix, a matchup of epic proportions as the teams with the 2 best records in the league. The Spurs and Suns battle it out on NBA TV in high definition at 9 p.m. Eastern. Here's a look at how San Antonio and Phoenix stack up this season. Spurs 47-13. Suns are 46-14. One is in first place in the Southwest. That's San Antonio by 7.5. Phoenix in first place by 9.5. That's over in the Pacific. Phoenix has won 3 straight. San Antonio's won 4 straight. It should be a dandy. And if you'd like to find out more about this big-time matchup, as well as other NBA news, log on to NBA.com and click on the NBA Daily section. Submit your email address to have the NBA Daily sent to you each and every day. It provides you with all the latest league news and information.
Bring it! Oh!
Now, here's a look at our daily top 10 plays from Tuesday's action. We begin at number 10 with Chris Humphries. Late in the first, Humphries throws up a wild shot that goes high off the glass and in. Well done. At number 9 is Josh Childress. He spins past the defense and lays it up athletically and in. I like that guy's hops. At number 8, it's Andre Iguodala. Allen Iverson lobs it to him for the one-handed alley-oop jam. Put it in, Andre. At number 7, Michael Petras and Mike Dunleavy combined.
Iverson behind his back to Dunleavy. Foot race to lay it in. How pretty was that?
That was very pretty. And Dunleavy finished in style. At number 6, it's Al Harrington. Take it, Al.
Forced it down the floor. Had it poked away, but into the hands of Harrington for the jam.
A little bit of glass. We'll see some more glass a little bit later. At number 5, it's Corey Maggette.
Maggette right around him, spins it up beautifully. Nice
Great body control by Mr. Maggette. At number 4, Jeff McGinnis and LeBron James do the honors.
With takeoff and touchdown in downtown Cleveland off the Jeff McGinnis spectacular assist.
And the owners were in the house. At number 3, Corey Maggette crosses over Kobe, drives baseline for the reverse layup. It deserves another look. Maggette, great body control, nice hops, and gets the roll. At number 2, more glass, courtesy of Mr. Crawford.
Pass to himself. Oh! Jamal Crawford gets the crowd on its feet.
Thank you, Jamal, but number 1 goes to the play of the night by Mike Bibby.
Bibby for the win. He makes it in. Come on.
What a night, and that's your daily top 10. That'll take care of things for now. I'm Bruce Beck. Thanks for watching NBA TV Daily. We'll see you next time.